Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're coming back, and thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about WD-40 and its use on alloy wheels. I noticed if you read the back of your can, it's going to tell you that you can use this on alloy wheels, and I'm going to figure out exactly what that means. Can you just clean with it? Is it a protectant? So I'm going to clean the wheels with WD-40 and a nice clean rag, and I'm going to come back a couple days later and see what it looks like. So I don't know if you can tell with the camera where it's sitting how clean these wheels actually are, but they're not clean at all. This is my wife's car, Ford Explorer. We use it for daily driving, hauling the kids around. She drives it to work. So by far this one gets the most use on the road, the most mileage. I made the poor choice the last time I changed these brake pads out that I bought a cheaper brand. I won't make that mistake again. I'm going to go with a little better quality pads. These put out a ton of dust, so 90% of what you're seeing on here is actually brake dust and not road dust. So I'm going to take the WD-40 to it, show you how well it cleans, and then a couple days later I'll come back and see how well it protects it and how easy it is to clean it with a good coat of WD-40 on it. It's June here right now, nice and hot, plenty of road dust. So, you know, chances, I live in the south, so chances of thunderstorms each day. It either rains for a couple hours or it might rain 10 minutes and go away. So either way, it makes a mess for anything that's on the road and is not friendly to your wheels. So a couple things though, I would highly recommend: don't take the WD-40 if you're going to do this and just spray it all over the wheel. Okay, I would be remiss without mentioning that this round disc behind your wheels, this disc is called your rotor. Okay, your pads make friction against that rotor while it's spinning. When you hit the brakes, they make friction, and that's what stops your car. So this is a lubricant, it's oil. If you spray it on there, it's not going to cause friction, and why have brakes at all? It won't work, so it defeats the purpose of your brakes. So also, if you have a car that you really care about, don't lay your rag on the ground and then spray it and then get up here and wipe it off. You'll pick up rocks and debris and all kinds of grime. You don't want to do that. Just spray the rag, get a good layer of WD-40 on there. It's okay if it gets on the tire, that's not going to hurt anything. Take it on there and wipe the whole thing down. My particular can comes with a straw nozzle to blast in particular areas, but I'm not going to chance it. I'm just going to spray it on the rag, wipe the wheels down. So it does a pretty good job of cleaning. I mean, you can do that with soap and water, but I wanted to see what the effect is after a couple 3 days of real good use. So these wheels, like I said, this is our workhorse around here, hauling the kids around, getting my wife back and forth to work. She drives farther than I do in my truck. I actually have alloy wheels on my truck, but she drives a little farther to work than I do, so we're going to use this for the example. So as you can see, it's cutting through the grime, dust pretty well, but you know, that's okay by me. I could use soap and water or a Clorox wipe for that matter, and it'd probably do the same thing. So instead of you sitting here watching me work, I'm going to go ahead and wipe the rest of the thing down. I'll give you an after shot and let you see what it looks like. Okay, so I got the whole thing wiped down. There's a little bit of curb rash and some other scratches and mars and bruises here and there, but other than that, I got everything wiped down. To the human eye, I don't know if it'll pick up on the camera or not, but to the human eye, it looks a little bit shinier. You can see a little bit of a gleam when you touch it, and you feel it. You can feel the layer of oil that's on the wheel itself. So time will tell. I'll do another video and we will see what this thing looks like. As I said, I'll wait a few days. I'll see what the weather does, and we'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so we're back a few days later. Actually 5 days. I was planning on doing 2 or 3, but life got busy and some stuff got in the way. So all the better. The wife drove the car back and forth to work a few times. We had a couple doctor's appointments, etc. So we've been running around a little bit, and it's rained a couple times, and I think it's about to rain here, so we're going to try to make this quick if I hear thunder. So the WD-40 trick on the alloy wheels, it seemed to work. Seemed to work pretty well. So got my sidekick here helping. So it seemed to work pretty well. The grease and brake dust seems to be dispersed quite a bit more. It's not as concentrated in certain areas as usual, especially after a rain. So, and it actually, the wheels actually feel oily to the touch, so that makes it a little easier to clean. So here's a pretty bad spot. Feel it. It collects the brake dust and the grime pretty well. So I would call this a successful job. I will probably try this trick a few more times in the future, especially on this car, our daily driver, our prime mover. It moves the kids and gets the business done around the house. So what do you think, Eli? Does it look good?
Yeah.